Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Latest news and update show for Thursday, February 20th. Yes, it is a news show, a slow news day, but we are going to do the news. And it says on the thumbnail, Forde's new club. Yes, it's Forde's new club, and it's a familiar site, and he's got familiar players that he's going to be going to play with. We're going to talk about that. Thanks for coming in. Let me know how the sound is, everyone, too. I am trying out the mic that we used last night, which is great. By the way, the show, the impromptu 2.5-hour show last night that Aaron wanted to get on was absolutely awesome. Really enjoyed that. So if you missed it last night, go back and watch that show because there was a lot going on there. I was there, Patty was there, Aaron was there. Welsh Techie stopped by, Hip Karma stopped by, and Sean from the Red Horde stopped by too. So that was a fun night. Lots of fun, lots of great banter going there too. So anyways, please smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit. We are on our way. The road to 2,000 starts. We are there. We're on our way to do that, which is exciting. The goal is to get 2,000 by the end of the season. We can do it. We can do it. So, not a lot of news to talk about. We did cover a whole gamut last night, which I can go through a little bit today. But we not a lot of news. But today, the actual, it's not necessarily our news, but it is news, and very respectful for the fact that one of our old players, one of our guys, Anthony Forde has signed for the Brewers, and but Vardson's there, JJ's there, and they're in a relegation fight, and his experience and his headiness is going to help them out, and obviously Fleur's there, so you can see. And by the way, too, he can play against us. You can JJ, 40. And Budvarsson all could play against us. I don't think there's any rule because they're not on loan. So the Brewers have signed into the end of the season. There it is, right there, holding up the scarf. But it says Burton Albion is pleased to announce the signing of Anthony Forde, who joins the club on a short-term deal until the end of the season. Good for him. Irishman arrives at Pirelli Stadium after mutually agreeing to end his contract at Wrexham. He has previously had spells at Oxford, Rotherham, Walsall, Wolves, and Scunthorpe. Predominantly used as a wide player. Wing back. Forde has made 282 EFL League appearances and 6 Premier League appearances. Forde won promotion on 4 different occasions. Wow, that's great. With Wolves, Rotherham, and most recently back-to-back promotions with the Red Dragons. Which he's got a great story too. Obviously, his story has played out, not played out, has been shown. On Welcome to Wrexham, and it's a good story, and it caught everyone's heart and attention. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch that. But obviously, showing if you haven't watched it yet, showing that vulnerability is never easy in anything in life. So what he did, what his family was going through, is pretty amazing. So I am very glad he landed somewhere too. Ruth H says that too. I agree. It is a good spot. I'm happy for him. And he also has familiar faces there, too. And Aaron is also in 117th. There you go. And now Glenda says, too, our game against Burton Albion will be very interesting. It will be. It will be. They're battling right now. They are battling. We'll go where they're at, too. But Forde goes on to say, quote, I can't wait to get going and hopefully be a part of something good. I'm delighted to sign. My standards are pretty high. And they are. Obviously, he's got promotions all over the shop, 282 games. My standards are pretty high, and it's up to me to show what I can do now. I'd like to think I have a lot of experience, and I played most of my career in League One. When I came in and trained last week, I could tell what a great group and great place it is. Good for him. Burton Albion head coach Gary Bowyer added, "We're delighted to have Forde here. He's another good addition and has a wealth of experience at this level. He's been training with us for a short period now, so we know what he's about as both a player and a person. He makes our squad stronger and can play across a number of positions. So we're happy to add a further versatility as well. Versatile player. He's a versatile player. So I'm very excited for him. I'm very excited for him and Budvarsson and JJ. Go. Obviously, Fleur's there. Go and help him stay up. That's great. Just don't win against us, but go and help him stay up. I think this is a good move. But no, it's a good shout, and you like to see this. You like to see good people in good places too. Obviously, he did his job for us at the club, and I think the club is very respectful in so far as mutual agreement to leave, go and play your football some other place. So it just goes to show how things work out. One door closes, another door opens. He's 31 years old, so good for him. If we take a quick look at where they are in the table, and I know we're not talking about Wrexham yet, but they're in a battle. They're in a battle. They are 21st. They're in the relegation zone right now. 4 go down. Remember, in this league, go back down to League Two. So they're in the relegation zone. Posh, Patty's favorite club, is just above them. They're nipping at their heels, so they have a battle to do down there, and that's what makes this league and all the championship and relegation promotion such an amazing thing, is to watch the battle down below, just as at the top too, and that's where we are at too. So I wish him best of luck, absolutely too. Speaking of Peterborough United, next Wednesday we have the JVD Cup. Virtue Trophy Cup. I would say the Virtue Trophy Cup or JVD Cup is Wednesday. We'll be doing a full day on that one of game day build up, watch along, a Wrexham reaction call-in show, which is fantastic, by the way, awesome, and Wrexham reaction as well. So get on that. And previously, we're going to have Ashley from Up the Poshcast on too, which is going to be fun, good banter, fun banter, as we know. That's what we do on the local pundit tier too. So yeah, that's that news there. But yeah, Anthony Forde has got a new club. Again, not that much going on for news-wise. Some things we did touch on last night, which I'll get to in a second, about Paul Mullen and his shin, and saying to one of the fans, and take it for what you will, that I'm not injured. So, take that for what you will. Obviously, he is probably chomping at the bit to get back up there. No shade on Paul Mullen for me at all, but we need to get him back out there as soon as possible when he's ready. And then Elliot Lee was the other thing. Elliot Lee, we talked about it last night, sharing photos of a horrific car crash, and very, very lucky to be here. And and whoever else was involved in the crash, we need to give him some space, I would believe, and just rest him. He's bruised, and all the mental aspects of getting in a crash. If you haven't seen the post, go check it out, or watch the show last night. We did talk about it. So yeah, want to put that out there too. Carol HR is in the house. Oh man, Body, JJ, and now 40. Burton is going to make me a Burton fan. Well, it is exciting, Carol. It is exciting. And like I said, it's good to see good people go and continue their career. Another door closed, one door closes, another door opens. You don't sometimes realize that at the time, but good on him. Catalyst Gaming says, what's going on? Love the cat, by the way. Okay, so that's one thing we want to get to today. Other thing, talking to, remember when Paul Parkinson was in his, so after we get the defeat, this came out in the news today on the BBC. Phil Parkinson in our defeat was saying how tough this league is, and people are battling up and down. Their teams are battling up and down. It's never been this strong, and he's right, But we have to go out in football games. So backing this up, and this was in the BBC. I want to talk about it because it has been in the news, and it is a news show today. So Wickham Wanderers, the striker, not the manager. The striker, Sam Vokes, has backed Phil Parkinson's. I said manager, right? Sam Vokes has backed Phil Parkinson's suggestion that League One has been as strong as ever. Remember, after we lost, this is what I was saying. Parkinson mentioned that, it's a tough league, and it is a tough league. This league is tough. I mean, getting out of this league is not going to be easy. First of all, what Birmingham City did in what they spent is unheard of. Never heard of it before. In League One, okay? Yes, we spend money, $500K, maybe the 2 M's that we're talking about for Smitty, J-Rod coming down. But what they did, it changes things. It changes the tier. Now, that said, everybody else under us have spent money, but nothing like that. But it's still a competitive league, and everyone's scratching and clawing for every single point. As you can see the other day when we lost at home, Leighton Orient scratched and clawed their way back in there too, and we have that mentality as well. But it's a very, very tough league. So Sam Vokes, he had said on the Feast of Football podcast, the way football is moving in general, I think the quality that is dripping down the levels is so high. That he told the Feast of Football podcast. You only have to go back a few years, and you see a lot more teams going back to front more. And I'm not saying or changing that improves football necessarily, but it improves the standard of players playing at that level, because the way the teams are playing out from the back, it's very much more technical game than a physical game in League One now. Now, two, people will say that Parkinson is a place to percentages right there. So what he's saying is that teams in these lower leagues are now trying to play fancy football. I think Aaron would not like that. I know he's not a big fan of that word, or this. I don't know. He's in the chat. Let me know. But he's probably hanging upside down, welding a shed. Who the hell knows? But yeah, so fancy football, one touch out from the back. That's dripping down to the lower leagues. That's Parkinson. And, he's a guy that has his own tactics and has his own way of playing. He plays more percentage football. But to see that come through is different. Goes on to say, you look at the money spent by Wrexham's and Huddersfield and Birmingham's, the transfer fees are asking at this level are now huge. And it is. There is tons of money in football, as you all know. But you still have to win football games. Humphrey Carr, in an interview I had with him, I said, what's the key to success for Wrexham? He's like, we need to win football games. And I say that all the time myself. We need to win football games. Money can be spent. People need to gel. Wickham's got 10 players coming in. They still need to gel. Spend the money, but it still needs someone to put it together, put those pieces together like a puzzle and make it work. So Vokes goes on to say, I think everyone at the top half really backed themselves for a run to get into the playoffs. Vokes said the teams at the bottom are picking up points too. So I would definitely agree that it's a stronger league this year. Yes. When you're at the top and the bottom, and like, let's take Burton, for example. They just got 3 brand new players, maybe a couple more they brought in, but 3 brand new players. But Vartan, who has experience, JJ, who has great experience with Wrexham, and Anthony Forde. Those guys going to a team, Brewers, that are battling for relegation. They're going to come up. The Brewers are going to come up against us in 3 weeks time, 2 weeks time, whatever it's going to be, and they're going to want to give us a hiding. They're going to go after us, and we need to be ready for it. And that's the great thing. The teams at the top have spent money, barring any crazy thing that happens. Birmingham City probably won't lose into the game this season. Let's be honest, they're just that good. Okay, I'm going to get shot in the toe for that by John and the rest of the Birmingham City supporters there too. But they're a good side, and all the teams are competing at all different levels there too. So again, I hope I don't shoot myself in the foot. Actually, I hope I do shoot myself in the foot, because I want us to go, and I want Birmingham City to go and lose games. So there you go. Anyway, so Aaron says Birmingham broke the League One all-time transfer with like 3 or 4 times this summer. Yes, they did, Aaron. In Catalyst games, it seems to be many more players from higher leagues in League One on loan now too. Yes, that's a more common thing too. Catalyst gaming, Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City, Wolves, all the big clubs, some of their players like Wheatley, who went down to Walsall, they want them to get time and play, that's very, very common. So I'm a big fan of the younger players going and getting experience against, if you're 18, 19, 20, going and getting experience against, 25, 26-year-old men that are playing football. But if you're old enough, you're good enough. In my basketball days, I always played against older guys and bigger guys. I mean, I always played against it. And that was it. There's a big brothers, beat me up. My big brothers when we used to play basketball. But I think it's good. So having some of these younger players come down and play in this league improves the league and improves their ability to go out and be professionals too. So we have guys right now in our side. Let's take a Fletch, who's put his arm around a Mo Fall, trying to help him out, things like that. Those are the things that you cannot put a price on. A lot of the teams that come down and have players that come in here, I think it's very, very good. So long may it continue, Catalyst Gaming. 40 will line up against Macca. Ooh, good show. Unless Macca gets dropped. Said Aaron last night. Just kidding. Okay. Again, not much news. We did touch on this last night about Mullen. It's a little crazy, so you can go back and watch that about his shin. So check that out. What else is going on the website? Fixture news for the women. Oops, sorry, right there. Wrexham AFC women to face Pontypridd United in the Butte Energy Welsh Cup semifinal. There, that came out too. On that note too, so we'll do that here. Like I said, it's a news show. Want to get this out. Not much breaking today, just FYI. Wrexham will face Pontypridd United on Sunday's March 16th semifinal, the Brute Energy Welsh Cup, with the venue and kickoff time to be confirmed. So the Red Dragons progress to the Final Four Final Four in style at the weekend with an emphatic 5-0 victory against Gennaro Adrian premier rivals Swansea City. So good on them. Keep an eye on that. I know that Bruce McFarlane always does a kind of scroll along. I'm gonna push him to see if he wants to do a watch along too. I think he can do a great job with that. And we talked about upcoming games. Remember, we have a game this Sunday. The Sunday game is the Sunday game, Mansfield Town at the One Call Stadium. So there are no slouches there. I might reach out to the podcasters over there and see if we can get something going. Let's see, but a couple of days away from that. Remember, it's a Sunday game, 7 a.m., and we will be doing our game day build up, watch along, and extra time, which is great. So look. Again, not much breaking today, but I wanted to get on and say hi to everybody. Let me see here. This we talked about last night. Fine, last one we'll do here because it's J-Rod. But he said he was basically J-Rod vows to bounce back with Wrexham at Mansfield. Okay, so this is good here. This came out yesterday. J-Rod says, I never take anything for granted at what I've done. I know how tough the games have been, even though we won on Tuesday was no different. Said J-Rod, a two-time promotion winner. It's a really good thing that there's a game around the corner after the loss he's referring to, because that's the best way to get over it and put things right. And we did talk about that. I said the other day, shake it off. We got to shake it off. We got to go play football. Got to get back on. We can't dip. We can't dip. How it's the recovery. These games we lose. Not losing 2 or 3 in a row, whatever. That's how you go down. We haven't done that. We actually been very, very good this season, coming back and battling back after a loss. So I anticipate us to go and do that. He says, we got so many games and points to play for that you can't be too downbeat on a result. Obviously, you have to take initial disappointment and work out what things didn't go right. But the main thing is you keep pushing forward and keep pushing to improve and keep picking up the results. True. So get back on the pitch on Sunday and go and get that 3 points. Mansfield is a great game to be a part of and put things right. Football doesn't always go your way, but it's how about you react. Yes, I think I expect the reaction. I also expect not an unchanged 11. If it is an unchanged 11, I would be absolutely gobsmacked. Inform Ali Rathbone gave Wrexham the 15 minutes. So, yeah, they talk about that. Rodriguez went on to say, obviously, it was disappointing. We wanted to carry on the run. Credit to Orient. I thought they played very well. If you go down away at the Stoke Arras, which we've only lost 2 games in the last all season, you battle back and you get the dub, 3 points. That's a big deal. So watch out for them. He goes on to say, first half, we did really well. We maybe had a few chances to put them away, but it comes in different games. My one criticism absolutely is we go up, we score first, and we revert back to just letting people come at us. We need to continue to go forward. I think that is, and I know Parkinson likes to play with percentages, but Jesus H, if you listen to my friend, we have the players to do it. Let's go and do it. And last thing, we were unlucky right at the end to not get something out of the game, says Rodriguez. Margins in football, no matter what league it is, and are very fine. And it could just take a second score of goal to change the momentum of the game. He's very true on that, but you need to move forward to go and get that sorted out. So, again, not a big breaking news day, but J-Rod's still getting his feet under him. I love what Smitty's doing. Him and Barney need to work out something and get to know each other a little bit better, and him and Smitty and the guys that are in the middle of the park. So, but yeah. Okay, Catalyst Gaming, last one here. On that note, do you think Macca has been holding back to it? What do you look? 100%. 100%. I absolutely agree with that. 100%. He hasn't really been in the games, to be honest. He had one cross the other day. They look good, but he has not really been in the games. And that's no shake on him. He's a great player, great servant. But for me, I'm replacing him with Longwood. Free Pugs Show. New plan. Let's go up 3-4 goals on every game from now on. I'll take that. Free Pugs Show. I will. I'll take it. So, all right. All right. So that's a quick one today. 20 minutes in and out. News and notes. We will be live on Sunday with everything, as we know. We'll be doing the watch along, the game day build up, as we mentioned, and Extra Time. Thank you all for coming in yesterday for the Global Pundit, our sister station. It is not all things Wrexham football. It's the rest of the globe, which is great. Had a great watch along yesterday, kicking it off. totally different feel from this. This will always be home, as you all know. So if you haven't gone over and like and subscribed to the Global Pundit, go check that out. They'll be doing news and update shows on there too, and watch alongs as well. Premier League, La Liga, Champions League, things like that. So, and possibly some other, if we do like League One and Championship games as well. So, too, go check that out. It was a lot of fun yesterday. A lot of fun, and thank you for the support on that too, and thank you for the support on the local pundit. All because you were here. And anything breaks, we will be here on that bombshell.